Welcome once again to my channel. This is Game Week 36 predictions. Last week I got 3 points, horrendous, taking me to a total of 194 points. This week we're going to kick off with Southampton versus Manchester City. So Southampton, this is a new low for Southampton. I thought if Leicester and Southampton would go against each other, Southampton would win, but they lost 2-0. Extremely sloppy from them, and they were just ass. And then there's City, who beat Wolves. They won 1-0, but it was a big struggle. Then the second half came, and it sort of just died out as we just kept the ball majority of the time, and it just ended like that, 1-0. For this matchup, I see City winning, of course, but I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. I think Southampton get 1 and we get 3, so 3-1 to City. Next up is Fulham versus Everton. In Fulham's game against Villa, it was pretty back and forth, but Fulham never really had a dangerous chance, so Villa deserved to win that game in my opinion. And then there's Everton, who drew against Ipswich. They were up 2-0 and then they fell apart and conceded twice. They just weren't good enough, but McNeil's goal was pretty damn good. It was like Roberto Carlos-esque, swerving twice. Very good shot. But for the scoreline, there isn't much of a difference between them. I'm gonna go for a draw of a 1-1 draw. Next up is Wolves versus Brighton. Wolves, they had some great chances against City. They hit the post. There was a goal line clearance. Very good from them. But second half, again, it was just, the game was dead. And then there's Brighton, who also managed to get 1 goal through Minta, who scored on his former team. But overall, it wasn't a great performance from Brighton. For the result in this game, I think Wolves have been really good, great form. As for Brighton, it's been the complete opposite. They've been struggling. I'm gonna go for a Wolves win here. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win. Ipswich versus Brentford is next. Ipswich, great comeback from them, managed to get 2, 1 from Enciso. Enciso always takes shots. Finally, 1 went in for him, and they get the draw. As for Brentford, they scored 4 goals. I forget what it was, like 3 weeks ago. They scored 4 as well, and I said in random games they score 4. It's never 3, it's always 4. But for Brentford, it was a good game from Coyote and Mbeumo. That was the first time I seen Coyote, and he was really impressive. For this game, Ipswich versus Brentford, I'm gonna go for another 4 for Brentford. I'm gonna say they score 4 and Ipswich get 1. Next up is Bournemouth versus Villa. This should be a great game here. Bournemouth beat Arsenal 2-1. Even Nelson is such a great player. I think he's been an underrated signing. They are in a race for Conference League. I'm pretty sure 8th place will get Conference League, if I'm correct through my predictions of who's going to win what. So this game is important for them. As for Villa, they beat Fulham. Important 3 points for them as well. They're fighting for Champions League. They were the better team, deserve the 3 points. So this matchup has 2 teams fighting for European spots. Villa for Champions League and Bournemouth for Conference. I think they're both going to give it their all, so that's why I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Next up is Newcastle versus Chelsea. Newcastle get a draw away at Brighton. It came through a pen from Isak, and that was the first time he scored back-to-back goals since January, so he's been in a pretty bad form. And then there's Chelsea, who get another important win. It came at the expense of Liverpool, but Liverpool don't really give a shit, do they? And they were the better team, so they deserved it. Also, better, even more news for Chelsea. They're into the final in the Conference League, and they will be the favorites in there too. But for this matchup, Newcastle versus Chelsea, the home team usually wins, or there's a draw. That's why I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for a 1-1 draw. United versus West Ham is next. United, they put a weaker side, so I mean, they didn't really care. They're focused on Europa League. They did get close in terms of scoreline, 4-3, but it wasn't really like that in the game. But they are in the final of Europa League. That's what they're focused on. As for West Ham, they have to do better. They have to do better against this weaker Spurs side. I was looking at their stats, and without Bowen, this team would have been relegating. Bowen has contributed 17 goals or assists out of their 40 goals. That is sad. They would be relegating, and that's why I'm gonna go for a United win here. I think West Ham are just cheeks, and even United's second team would beat these guys. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to United. Next up is Forest versus Leicester. Forest, another slip up against Crystal, get a draw there, and they are now in the Europa spots. But honestly, it was a decent back and forth game, but it just wasn't enough for Forest. But good news, they will be facing Leicester. Yes, Leicester did beat Southampton 2-0, and yes, Vardy did score, which he shuts me up. I thought he wasn't going to score another goal. He scored immediately after, but they won't be scoring on this one. I think it's going to be a 2-0 win to Forest. Next up is Spurs versus Crystal. Spurs, they drew against West Ham, but it was a weaker side, so who cares? Tell, finally a good game from him, but overall it was meh. But again, they're into the Europa League final. It's going to be an all-English final, and they need to win that because fuck United. And then there's Crystal, another great performance against a top team. Yes, Forest are struggling a little bit, but they're still up there. So great performance from Crystal, and I think it's going to be another great performance here against Spurs. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Crystal. Then there's Liverpool versus Arsenal. This should have been a more interesting match, but Arsenal bottled the league like they always do. Both teams lost last week, but Liverpool did not care. They just got done celebrating, so they don't care. As for Arsenal, they actually bottled 3 points there. And Arsenal could continue to take more L's by dropping more positions. They don't pick up 3 points here, we're on their asses. And even more bad news for Arsenal. They got knocked out of the Champions League against PSG. Hilarious. It keeps getting better for non-Arsenal fans. And I don't think the hate watch is going to end here. I think Liverpool is going to continue or try to dunk on Arsenal. They're the second place right now, and show the league that they're miles ahead of everybody. So I think Liverpool are going to try here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool. But yeah, those are my predictions for Game Week 36. Tell me what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.